Hey you guys, so this is part 2 of my video about why I don't date. And I really forgot to add the emotional component. I don't think I added that. Like a guy who's emotionally well regulated and happy with his life. Easygoing. I like guys who are easygoing because there's another crop of guys and they're older and they have money and all that, but they're rigid and they're nasty and they're mean-tempered and they leave nasty comments on videos. Like they are easily triggered and they're a little bit controlling and know-it-all. Like I don't want a guy like that. I like guys who are easygoing, have a happy outlook on life. Someone who's fun to be with and someone who's playful. And there are a lot of guys like that out there. The second point I want to make is there is a world of men out there who meet all of my criteria, even into their 70s. Okay, there are a lot of men who meet all of my criteria all the way into their 70s, and they're married. And I'll tell you why. This is just not a thing. People used to try to gaslight me and say I was only noticing the married ones, but after years of noticing men, I can spot a relationship type of guy a mile away, even if he's not wearing a ring, and there's something very attractive about the energy. And these men are in a relationship 40 years, 50 years, they stay married and their wives do not divorce them because they communicate well. They have a good sex life with the wife, they communicate well. So why would the wife divorce them? Often these men end up being single only because the wife happens to die before he does. And these guys get into a relationship again within a month. Sometimes less, sometimes a few weeks more. What happens? These guys are a catch. It's not because they have money or whatever. It's because they're relationship guys. They have social skills. They're active. They dress well. They're well read. They go to the symphony. They have a friendship circle. And they're easygoing. They have good relationships with their kids and grandkids. The type of guy I'm talking about. They're usually married. I did say that in my first video, but I want to make a whole separate video about it again, because guys like this do not stay single long and they don't want to be single. There are a lot of guys who are single because they hate women, they have attachment issues, they can't get women, they have a negative outlook. But the type of guy I'm talking about likes relationships. He likes women. And guys like this, they can get women. That's the point. They're not on the market very long. Sometimes when they're younger, they're on the market because they're more interested in pursuing their career than they are in getting into a relationship. But a lot of these young guys are also a little bit avoidant. The guys that are relationship guys, they're usually in a relationship. So like I said, when the wife dies, they get one right away. How do they get one right away? They're not even on the dating apps. They don't have to be. I've met a number of men like that all the way into their 80s. And today I had a conversation with a woman who's in her 70s telling me about her marriage. So I'm drawing from like a whole bunch of couples when I speak on this, that men in their 70s and 80s who have social skills, who are relationship oriented, who are intelligent and socially still connected to their friends and their community. These guys are desired by a lot of women. And when the wife dies, women are snatching them up. How does this happen? Well, they have a friendship circle. Number one, they have a friendship circle. They're socially engaged. They're not sitting home like I am or like a lot of guys. They have social engagements, well, with their wife also, which I had more of that when I was married, honestly. But they're socially engaged, so when the wife dies, the friends are hooking them up with other. Here, you want to meet my friend? The ladies whose husbands have died come around. Widows groups, other widows come around. These guys are hit up by ladies their age, and they do like ladies their age or a few years younger. A lot of men prefer women their own age. Some of these women are getting remarried in their 80s to guys who are even older than they are. There is a lot of love happening in older life. But again, these type of men do not come along very often. When they do, they get snatched up. So I do not know how many men and women are relationship material, but the ones that are good relationship material, after 40, they're only on the market if the wife dies, and only for a very short period of time. So unless you happen to be, in that situation of meeting one of these guys, and then you happen to hit it off and have similar values, the pool is just a lot smaller. If you're 20 years old and you don't know yet about relationship type of guys, the world is your oyster. You're surrounded by millions of people who are single, and you don't know yet that they're not good relationship people because you don't have that life experience. Everyone around you is single. In high school, you're just around single people. But at my age, in my 60s, most people are already married. They have a house, they have a relationship. So to find like a unicorn whose wife happened to die, or, they don't divorce their wives, these guys, and their wives don't leave them. So that's the real issue. And these guys who are still single or are single for a long time, they're single for a reason. They're not good relationship material. They're avoidant. Okay, they're avoidant. Or they have some kind of missing emotional element that makes women not want them. So that's why I'm single. And I just wanted to clear up that there are a lot of really good guys out there. And a lot of these guys that are married are watching my videos. I'm sure a lot of you are great catches. There are very attractive men in their 70s, like I said, and they still can fuck well. They still get hard. They have no ED. But like I said, these guys like relationships, and that's what they're in. They're not hookup guys, and they enjoy relationships, and they can get one. Now, women can't get a relationship as easy. What women can get easily is sex. And these guys in their 70s can't get sex from a 20-year-old woman, but I can get sex from a 20-year-old guy all day long, and they even want to be my sugar daddies. So women can get sex, men can get relationships. And so that's a huge difference. And so if you haven't found a guy yet, you ladies, don't blame yourselves. It's just that there's a shortage of these guys. Most people running around single, most men who have it together can get a relationship within a week. Okay? If you see a guy who's single, he's got issues. That's what I'm going to say. And a woman can get sex. If a woman isn't approached for sex or wanted for sex, she's probably too fat. So women are wanted for sex, men are wanted for relationships, and so that's why men can get a relationship much easier than a woman. And also women are just a lot more picky than men are. I would suspect, just like on Tinder, you've probably got 75 men for every 25 women. The number of men that would be eligible that I would consider dating, there might not even be any in San Diego, honestly. So that's a real issue. And frankly, I was just explaining why I'm single, because sometimes I'm like, what is going on? I always thought I would be easy to find someone, but it isn't, and that's why. Basically, because the relationship type guys stay married. They're not on the market. And when they are snatched up very easily. There's not like a big pool of them. That's the issue. And fortunately for me, I don't feel the need for a relationship. I am fine where I am. It would be fun if God wanted me to experience it, because it would give me some new learning opportunities and emotional growth opportunities, but it would also, require a lot of personal growth, and because I would have to learn how to coexist with another person, which right now I don't. I can just do whatever I want, and there's a lot of freedom in that. So I wouldn't say that one is better than the other. It's just different. And thank you for watching my video.